Hello everyone, and welcome to my Let's Play of the fantastic game Monday Afternoon Chryslers. My name is Harold Krell, and if you already didn't know, I am the creator of this game, and I am here for two reasons. One, for people who haven't played this game. If you like the show Steven Universe and are looking for an experience where you can play a game about your favorite cartoon show in the world, well, here you go. I'm going to give you a little sample of what this game is all about. In fact, it's going to be a total sample because I'll be playing the entire game right now. And for those who have had played the game and are wondering, gee, how do I beat this? This game doesn't make any sense. It's very difficult. I don't know how I can win. Well, I will show you, because it's actually it's a fun experience if you know how to play it right, and if you're not playing it right, then you are obviously not taking advantage of what this game has to offer. So you really need to listen to this. It is it's the mum's the word, I call it. So we're gonna begin by restarting from the very beginning. Universe Productions presents Steven Universe. It's here. It's finally here, says Steven Universe. This is the host of the game. It's Steven Universe, who is the main character of the Cartoon Network show Steven Universe, hence the titular character. And yeah, he'll be hosting this process. And right now we see the judges of this little game show he's putting on. We have Pearl on the left. She's very neurotic, and she has very spindly arms, and is just frantic all the time. And in the middle we have Amethyst. She's purple, and she has a little hat. I'll get more into that later. And on the right we have Garnet, who doesn't do anything. Okay, so as you can see, there's a lot of dialogue. I'll say some of it. The first episode of my game show, Monday Afternoon Chryslers. Hooray! It's here! It's here! It's here! It's here! It's here! It's here! I'm going to stop doing this because you can read through it. As you can see, the dialogue is very complex. So, a lot of the game is having fun just reading it. Other than that, though, I read this all the time. So if you want to play the game, you can read it yourself. I'm going to skip to the main gameplay portion because I worked on this game for a while with the dialogue. So I know how everything's going to go, so I don't want to look at it anymore. So they talk, and this is a new character. He is your competitor. His name is Ronaldo Fryman, and you can tell he's a fryman because his hair looks like curly fries, hence the design decision to make his hair look like curly fries. He thinks he's smart, but he's actually dumb, and he believes in conspiracy theories. He's not a very good character. A lot of parents would say he's an evil character, and I'd kind of agree with that because he's just, his temperament is very, scornful. So, yeah, I don't know why I put him in the game. They talk. A lot of talking. Oh, and here's the player character. He's probably, they call him an ensemble dark horse. He's a very popular character on the show. His name's Lars. He's one of the most well-liked characters. He's very itchy on the show, and I wanted to get that sensation of a very itchy character in the game by putting in these animations, because I think it's important overall to his character art that he remains itchy and scratches himself often. So he's the player character, and they talk, they say their hellos and goos and gaws. It's not very important. And it keeps going. Okay, so Steven Universe, titular character of Steven Universe, is now going to explain how this game works. So it's really important. That's why I capitalized really. Because it's really important that you pay attention to what he's about to say. So each of the three characters you saw at the table, the gems, have come up with a question that each of these two lookers will have to answer. And you can't answer with like blip or yes, no, or this is dumb, it's stupid. It's like no. Okay, this is like an essay question, so you're gonna have to put your heart and soul into it, because this is, I mean, This is what this show's about. It's about, you know, love or something. But we want 5 good sentences. So in this game, it's a typing game. It's a typing game, but you have to type on the fly based on the questions these 3 lookers give you. And then they'll score you, each of them, based on a score from 0 to 10. You know how it works, like the Olympics. The Olympics of wordiness. So, yeah. And then each judge has their own way of rating you. I think Pearl rates how quick you write, Amethyst rates how much you write, and then, yeah, Garnet doesn't do anything. A lot of talking. I mean, it's very funny. It's very funny if you've never heard of it before. You can look at it in your own time. So, we start the game with Ronaldo. He's the de facto champion of this game show. And he always gets the question first. Who is the hero in your life? That is the first question of this game. And so he's first to allow you to figure out, oh, I guess this is how I should write my response like. So he'll give his response. My hero happens to be my own original character, Odlanor, the Gemhog. That's a reference to Sonic the Hedgehog if you didn't know. A lot of people don't get that joke, so I'm just saying it on your behalf. It's a gift. As half-gem humanoid and half-pot-bellied pig, he is ostracized by his ne'er-do-well rock brethren. But by collecting all the 7 Discord Diamonds, aka Chaos Emeralds, it's a Sonic the Hedgehog reference, he transforms into omnipotent Odlanar, savior of all the rock dimension and hero to us all, with the powers of supersonic speed, Supersonic, also a character from the titular Sonic the Hedgehog game series, and his sharp analytical mind. Oh, it's over. Yeah. So then, yeah, he gives his response. Okay. And then the judges score his response accordingly. So they'll say their little line, wow, it's so fun, you did a fun thing. And then Pearl gives it an 8.5, which means I guess she enjoyed it. I don't think she knows how to read, but she enjoyed it nonetheless. And then Amethyst obviously wasn't paying attention, but she's going to give it a 9 anyways, because, you know, she's like that. Garnet doesn't do anything. But because she's a judge, she'll give it a score. It's an 8.3. So, total it up, it's a 25.8 out of 30. That's pretty darn good. And you can understand why this is a challenging game, because you gotta knock it out of the park with your response. And, you know, it's an open prompt. You can say whatever you want, but the trick is, you know, what are you gonna say? So Lars is like, oh, I can do it. I can do it. There's a lot of talking in this game. This is all unimportant to the gameplay of it, so I'm gonna skip it. This is all needless. If you like Steven Universe, you can look at it, but if you don't, I advise you skip it because it's all garbage. So it'll give you the prompt again, which is, once again, the question is, who is the hero in your life? And before I start, really, before anyone starts answering a question that's asked, you should really think about, what are you going to say? Who is the hero in your life? What did the gems want to hear? So, yeah, I thought of a response right now. I like, oh, I know what heroes are. And not only do you need to come up with a response, you need to be eloquent with it. You need to really be, you need to have the pros, P-R-O-S-E, to be a pro, P-R-O, at this game. So, I'm going to give you an example of what it's like to type in a good response. So, pay attention. 3, 2, 1, go. The thing about being a hero is that in my life, as a person of interest that conducts themselves with dignity and indignation, it is important to visualize what may come of the human race when heroism is imparted on us. Thus, it is plain to see that the greatest
hero in our collective lifetimes is that a man can be his own hero, like the great and late George Washington. That is why that man is such a good boy in my heart. I can see that people enjoy such a romp with a gentleman because the president is a lovely thing to behold. I wish I could persevere like that man I just named.
See, Lars, I knew you could do it. That was 5 beautiful sentences, and judges will score it. Screw that. A 7. Amethyst liked it. Gave it a 9. And then Garnet, she doesn't do anything, but gave me an 8.5. So that's a score of 24.5. So we're a little bit down right now, so Ronaldo's going to scold us because he's an idiot. He's a bad person, like I said earlier. But, we've got 2 more attempts. We got 2 more questions to ask, or answer, that they're going to ask. So it's going to be Amethyst's turn, and blah blah blah. We'll get to see what the question is later, but it's going to take a long time if I get through all this dialogue. So I want to get to the nitty gritty, as they say. So Ronaldo answers again, and this time the question is, what is your favorite food? And Ronaldo's going to impart his wisdom. He's a fry man. He would most likely suspect my favorite mealtime morsel would be that of my namesake. French fries, I guess. However, you would be remiss to assume that I would favor the food of the lowly Spud. Ugh. So he doesn't like French fries. It's called dramatic irony. Rather, my one true comestible would be the onion ring. I guess that's not far off. They're cousin foods. Not quite a potato, but in the same family as fried foods. Whatever, he likes onion rings, it's not important. And he talks more about stuff we're going to skip. Oh, he mentions Mayor Dewey, also another character. Not be making an appearance in this game for this episode because it's very hard to draw all these characters. She thinks it's interesting. He gives it a 7.8. I'm pretty sure Pearl judges the harshest. She gives an 8.5, and she gives it a 7.9. That's a score of 24.2. They make the jokes with the funny. Kind of goes on. Now it's our turn. What's our favorite food? Probably a donut, because it's right on his t-shirt. But, I guess we'll say donut, but let me say it in a very clever and creative way that will impress and woo our Jemmy judges. A man dictates what he consumes, and that is of a donut-like entity that I shall behold for at least 2 fortnights. A fried dough-nut perched against a log in my dreams satiates my lonely appetites for a ringed dish plentiful in its glory of glazed know-how or something. I believe such delicacy can bestow much honor to everyone in the vicinity of life and fortune, and that is important to know.
icy donuts in the future are a very delicious and nutritious obstacle. As you can see, I'm not spelling these words correctly. Spelling doesn't count. It's the spirit that counts, for which people are abound. Some donuts can be prescribed as medication for the elderly. Alright, that's it. Judges, care to sample Lars' piping hot response? Even though you were nervous, I thought you handled that pretty well. I'm going to reward it a 7.8. Wow, that was one heck of a line. I'm giving it a 10.2. As you can see, I didn't cap the maximum score of 10. So, you know, if you do really, really well because of an error on my part, because I didn't bother fixing it, the benefit passes on to you. You get extra points. That's extra credit. And then she gives it a 9.7. Score of 27.7. You're getting exciting, and we just overtook the lead, so, you know, kind of special. And then Lars brags about it, and then Ronaldo says something smart, but, you know, that's how the game works. If you love typing, this game is for you. If you're already bored, you probably turned off this video, so I can say right now that I hate you because, you know, you're a jerk. So the question is Garnet's favorite color. You know, it's weird. It's funny. Ha ha ha. How are you supposed to guess their favorite color? So Ronaldo gives his response. And then he says, oh, he can see into the future using his weird glasses or something. All of it's not important. Oh, and there's a... To the right, there's a stress meter. Ronaldo doesn't usually get that high because, you know, he's a cool and collected character. But you want to watch out for Lars because, you know, he gets nervous because he's a very itchy character, like I said earlier. And guess what? He thinks it's green because it begins with the same letter as Garnet's name. Boy, Ronaldo sure is stupid. But, you know, it's all about, you know, how good you talk. And Ronaldo talks good. I'm in a game where people talk good. Gives it an 8.9, and Garnet thinks it's interesting, also gives it an 8.9. There's a score of 25.7. So this is it. And this is our last chance to overcome whatever diversity or adversity that's going up against us. So now we have to find out what Garnet's favorite color is. It's probably red, but, you know, I gotta say it in a very beautiful way. The beauty's in the word. The sword is less mighty than the pen. Colors of a rainbow enter my mind like an errant locomotive dancing across a meadow filled with beeswax. A leprechaun comes my way and tells me a riddle that comforts my soul to a degree in which I will love forevermore. The colors he speaks of are turquoise and periwinkle. Such colors fill my nuanced head with delight and glee. My mother would bake gingerbread men just so I could paint them with frostings and other stuff too. I hope Garnet's mother adorned her home with many fancy gourds to celebrate the type of color she empowers herself with because she is an angel of the world. The end. Wow, Lars, your answer really touched my heart. You see me pointing at my heart? They don't have a lot of character animations, so, you know, blah, blah, blah. Surely, oh, I don't like her insulting me. I'm going to reward it a 7.4. She always scores low. I think Pearl's my least favorite character. I'm glad Rose is dead. 9.7, you know, on the right track. And Garnet, 9.2. That's a score of 26.3. Say, what is your favorite color? And then she says a stupid response, not important. One for each color of my eyes, purple and blue. And red. Wait, that was 3 colors. What's that supposed to mean? Does she have 3 eyes? Of course she does. Have you watched the show? And then the final score, the drum roll. And now, the winner with 78.5 total points is... With those amount of points, it's Lars. We won! Yay! And that's how you win Chryslers. Monday Afternoon Chryslers. That's how you win that game. It's a very peculiar game that I created, but I think it has its own charm. It has its own personality. With these personalities, these characters that people adore. Lars, one of the most popular characters on the show, deserves his place as champion of this game I've created. And then they say stuff like, wow, oh, this isn't going to be shown on national television. So guess what, Lars? You're not going to be popular for winning a children's television game show. At most, it'll probably just be uploaded somewhere on the internet. Get it? The only people who will be seeing him right now are some weirdos with nothing better to do. Gah! He'll never be on television. Wow. I don't think any of us will be on television. Get it? Wink wink. It's already a television show. That's the joke. Aren't you glad that I'm explaining it? I mean, some people don't get it, so it's for their benefit. But you know better. So he says, oh, I can't wait to challenge you. It's so funny. They hate each other, but they're good friends anyways. So then we wait for them to say something. Pearl says something, but you're not going to get it because I skipped over the dialogue that she's referencing, so we're going to skip that. Not important. And then, haha, we're like this all the time. They really are. Wasn't this fun? Thanks for watching, and tune in next time for the next episode of Monday Afternoon Chryslers. Yay! See, it's a fun game, and it is beatable, and when you play it right, it's very fun. If you look underneath the video, the HTML actually updates, so you'll be able to see your responses. I'll try to post my responses for this video and the scores just to let you know that, yes, you can do it! So if you copy my responses in for when it's your turn, it actually depends, because it depends on how quickly you type it in. If you're a slow typist, that's a slow typerman, you're not going to get very far, but if you do it, I mean, there's ways to go about it. So this concludes my little Let's Play of Monday Afternoon Chryslers. I hope you enjoyed watching it. I know I enjoyed playing it to some extent, and yeah, stay tuned for the next episode that may be coming this month, next month, who knows. Depends on the winds of time. So I'm going to leave you off on that note. Thank you for watching. Goodbye. I love you.